happy Galaxyathon day 1. It is 8:10 on Monday morning. I'm so excited. Everyone has been so excited. We just couldn't wait to get started. It's finally here. I am about to run out the door and head to work. I'm working over with my mom today, so this is going to be probably the most busy day as far as the morning goes. And to let you guys know, I started Between Frost and Fury. This is going to be my first physical read. I've been doing really good physical reading as of lately, so I'm hoping I can get through this pretty fast because this is the second book in the Amid the Stars and Darkness trilogy that I started last year for Galaxyathon and loved. And I actually started this last night. I only read for like 10 minutes just because I wanted to read before I fell asleep. Loving it so far. I'm going to bring this with me today, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance to read while I'm at work. But then on audio, I'm going to start the Murderbot Diaries. The first book is All Systems Red. This book is like a series of short novellas about a robot. That's really all I know, but I know everyone loves them. So this is only like an hour and a half audiobook with how fast I listen. 3 hours regular speed. So I'm gonna squeeze this in really quick and then start something else a little bit later today. Maybe one of my other like main TBR books. I have big goals for the readathon, but I'll let you guys know more about that later as I check back in. So I'm gonna go get started, head off to work, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys! Okay, it is 3:30 on Monday and I'm finally back from working. We had a decent work day today, but I got some good audiobooking in. I think I showed you like a little bit of what I had for lunch just because my mom made it like all pretty for me. So I didn't say this in the first clip, so sorry about it, but if you're not familiar with Galaxyathon, I will link the announcement video that kind of explains everything that we're doing. Obviously, if you're watching this, it's a little bit late to join, unfortunately, but I have some other readathons coming up at the end of the year. So I finished All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I had kind of mixed feelings on it. I was literally almost expecting this to be a 5-star just because people love the series so much and it was like short. Sometimes I really love like a good, well-written, wrapped up short story. I enjoyed this, but I didn't love it. Like it was kind of just like short and then like over, and I just didn't get a lot from it. However, I feel like I'm going to enjoy them more and more because I get the appeal of the character and the ending was pretty good. So I gave it a 3.5, but I have a feeling it's going to grow on me like as I continue. So I'm going to try and get this whole series done either this week or this readathon. So I'm going to do this second one, I think tomorrow. Then since that one was so short, I started, hold on, Space Opera on audio, which is one of my TBR books for the read. And this is going to be for the challenge, read a space opera. So I am, I think, over halfway through this. I think I have 2 hours left, which is really good. I was planning on stopping there for the day, but it's only 3 o'clock, so I think I'm going to continue on. I'm not loving this as a binge listen because it's very kind of like quirky and fast, and it's got that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy vibe, which I haven't read that book, but I've watched the movie, and it's kind of like almost got like a footnote feel to it, which I do enjoy, but there aren't footnotes. It's just the way the story is being told is it's like you'll literally like hear about a character for like 2 seconds and you'll never hear from them again because it'll be like, so-and-so was in her apartment when the aliens came. She was cleaning the dishes and then they fell on the floor and she looked up and saw the green glove, and then that would be it. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. So I'm really enjoying it though. It's very fun. I just wish that the part with the singing competition was happening a little bit sooner because I think that I'm over 3/4 of the way through and we haven't started the singing competition yet. So I'm really liking it though. Probably gonna be like a 4-star maybe, depending on how it ends. So that's what I am listening to. I think I'm gonna possibly get close to finishing this today, which is great. You guys, I have a plan. I'm going to try and get to 21 books this readathon. Now, I know that sounds insane, but the Murderbot books are all like an hour, so I can do one a day, and there's 6 of those. And then I have Binti, which is like an hour and a half, kind of a similar thing. I think there's 3 of those, so that's like 9 books right there. I have a couple other shorter ones and then I can squeeze in some long ones, but I think I can do it. I'm feeling very motivated. Sometimes that happens in the beginning, but I really like space reads. I think I read 10 last year, but I wasn't physically reading very well last year and I didn't do like shorter audiobooks. So we'll just see. I also have some graphic novels and like a kid's book, like The Little Prince is coming. I gotta go pick it up at the library. Anyway, right now, before Jeff comes home and I have to start making dinner, I'm gonna continue listening to this, and I'm going to make some purple sweet potato muffins, partially for work and partially for the readathon, because they're, I don't know why, but in my mind, like purple food is kind of alien, space, galaxy-esque. So I'm gonna make it for work and then for a picture for the readathon. I'm eating extra healthy right now. I'm really trying to get like back in shape and also just like back in like my highest form of health. So I'm making them with really good ingredients and things. Sweet potatoes, like sprouted flour, things like that. So that'll be my breakfast food for the week for Galaxyathon. So I'm gonna go make those while I listen to my audiobook, and then when Jeff comes home and make dinner, I've got some purple regular potatoes to have with like chicken. It's a whole thing. So in case you haven't noticed, when I do something, I go like all out. I don't just do it. And that goes for anything like eating, gardening, fermenting. When I was doing like a lot of workouts, it was the same thing. We did a bunch of 5Ks. They were themed. We had themed outfits. It was all of that jazz. It just, you know, you gotta make life fun, because sometimes it cannot be fun. So anything you can do to kind of spice it up, I think is good. After I make those, I may garden, but I may run out of energy. So I'm gonna make those real quick, and then I might physically read a little bit, because I'm really loving my physical read, and I want to read a little bit before Jeff comes home. This is not going to be a great extra clips vlog day, but here we are. I explained what happened.
Well, Windows chooses my picture every day for my login screen, and this is not what it was earlier. It's Galaxyathon, I guess.
Excellent.
I don't have anything on here that would say that.
Tell them what you're reading.
Oh, I'm reading a book.
What are you reading?
The Martian.
On audiobook. Are you liking it?
It's good.
Do you like Will Wheaton narrating?
I'm listening to it so fast I can barely tell it's Will Wheaton.
Why'd you slow it down?
Oh, it's just whatever. I can hear it and understand it. And I've seen the movie already, so it's kind of easy to figure out what happens.
That's good. On time to Wordle?
Yeah, we're gonna Wordle.
We're gonna Wordle. Spoilers for the past. Hey guys, and happy Galaxyathon day 2. It is 1 o'clock on Tuesday. I've been doing some cleaning and things around the house and some work, so I just got a chance to check in. So I finished 2 books yesterday. I think I already talked to you about Murderbot, but I also finished Space Opera by Catherine M. Valente. So I gave this 4 stars, and I don't have mixed feelings, but like the way that the audiobook is and the way that it's written, it's got a very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy kind of wacky, kind of like bouncing around all over the place with weird characters and things. It can get a little bit convoluted and maybe not the best one for a binge listen, because I found myself zoning out just a couple of times because of like how fast it was going and how kind of all over the place. However, I really enjoyed this overall. It was like wacky and wild and fun, but then it had some very like thought-provoking, neat things in it. Like one of the main quotes is "Life is beautiful and life is stupid." And they go into explaining why, and I really loved it. And the whole point of this book is like basically an alien species comes to Earth and tells us that we have to compete in this space opera talent show music competition in order to remain a species. As long as we don't come in last place, we're considered like sentient beings and we can be one with the galaxy. And they pick this old like washed up rock star to do it, and everybody's panicking. And so he's like trying to come up with a song, and it's really cool. And there's just a part in here where he is talking about how music and art and silly things are our weapon against the hardships in life and against the bad things, like the stressful times and all of that kind of stuff. And that's kind of like my jam. And he was like, you know, what else do we have but music and art and flowers and poetry and creative things and books and TV shows and just silly things. That's our battle against reality, and I loved that. And then the ending was super weird but really good, and like I literally keep thinking about this book. So I gave it 4 stars, but I might bump this up to 5 if I keep thinking about it like I have been. It was just really unique and fun and weird, and it had all these cool elements, so super enjoyed. Okay, so then last night I got up to like page 60 or something in Between Frost and Fury, the second book in the Amid Stars and Darkness. Loving it. This is confirming all my feelings about the first book from last year. It's just, again, kind of silly and ridiculous and angsty, and I love it. And she has a lot of things in here that describe like the rooms that they're in and the food that they're eating, and they do all these weird things. It is so well described that I can like super visually picture everything, and I have a vivid memory of the last book, what it looks like and what happened. So that was awesome because it's been a year since I read the first one, and I was so happy to be back with these characters again because they're just so much freaking fun, and there's some stuff happening in here that I was hoping would happen. Oh, loving it. I mean, just loving it. So I read up till page 80 this morning. Yeah, and I'm super enjoying it. I didn't get a lot in this morning. My dilemma now with readathons is I really need to be getting up like crazy early during readathons because I like to share my post for the photo challenges on Instagram, everybody else's posts, and because I'm on the West Coast, I'm basically 2 or 3 hours behind a lot of the people that are participating, so they have been posting and things before I do. And so there's a lot happening, so I'm posting and sharing, and then I post what I'm currently reading and what I finished and my thoughts, and then I'm vlogging. So a little bit hard to read in the morning, but I've been getting some stuff in. Jeff is listening to The Martian on audiobook, and I'm a little bit jealous because it's narrated by Will Wheaton, who's one of my favorites. He did the Ready Player One and Armada and a couple other things, and I love him. Jeff got like annoyed when I interrupted him with his audiobook, like not actually, but I kept talking to him and I just thought he was listening to a podcast. And he was like, what? And then he was like, do you want me to participate in Galaxyathon or not? And I was like, oh, I didn't know you were listening to an audiobook. It was very funny. Having a really great week so far. So now I'm about to finish the second Murderbot book, which is Rogue Protocol, I think. I get it, I'm liking it, but I'm not like truly sucked in yet. And the narrator is good, but it's a little bit easy to zone out with him. So I think I'm gonna skip a day tomorrow and not listen to the third one until Thursday, because there's only 6 left anyway. So as long as I get 3 in this week, then I can do 3 next week. I only have like literally 5 minutes left. But after I finish that, I am starting The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. It's gonna be really fun. It's basically about a girl that's on like a spaceship. I think she's headed to another planet. I'm not entirely sure. And like her family dies. So the book starts out and her family's like already dead, and she only has contact with like a therapist on Earth and NASA, and that's it. And like it's been like 5 years. So that's an interesting concept. I feel like it might be a sad one, so we'll just have to see. But it's very short as well. It's only going to take me like 3 or 4 hours max. So I think I can get it done today. It is a little bit late in the day, but we'll have to see how it goes. And right now I'm gonna go take Ledge for a walk, listen to my audiobooks, and stop in at Home Depot, see what kind of flowers they have. Last year I got some galaxy themed flowers. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna see if they have them in yet. It's a little early, and then maybe go to the Goodwill or something and come home. So that's where we're going right now. Hope everyone's having a great day. We are done walking. I ran into Home Depot really quick and I just picked up some onions. I might go over to Lowe's because they didn't have any of their like summery flowers out yet. I know it's not summer, but it is summer here, like summertime planting. So I want to get some specific things. So I may go over there, but right now I'm gonna go to the library because I am freaking obsessed with the loneliest girl in the universe right now. The audio is so incredible. I'm so stressed out for this poor girl all alone on this spaceship. And I have some theories, and I was not expecting this to be this attached, but there's like a countdown to certain things. So I want to go to the library and see. I want to get the physical book because I think there might be some cool stuff in the book. There might not, but I want to check it out. And then I'm going to go drop off some stuff at Goodwill while I'm over there. But I'm loving this book, you guys. It's just so good. I love a good countdown. So yeah, that's what we're doing. You guys. I have like an hour and a half left in this audiobook. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happened in the past. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm loving it so much. Lauren Ezzo is the narrator. I love her. She did the Sawkill Girls. She's done some other things I haven't listened to. Was not expecting to love this so much. You know, it's really funny. I'm mad because I had this book at one point and I think I sold it because I thought this was more of a contemporary about a girl that was lonely and just like sharing her feelings about being lonely, and it was just like a metaphorical book. I didn't realize it was like set in space, so I'm mad I didn't keep it now. It's like fast-paced but slow, and like you're with her thoughts the entire time. I'm so into it. But I am going to stop. I don't want to stop, but I'm going to stop because I have, the only issue I have with this readathon is that this week, you guys probably don't care, but The Bachelor is one of the only TV shows that I watch. It's just like total fun, bingey show, and I love the podcast. It's a whole thing. And so there's there's 2 episodes this week. And one was last night, so I can watch it today on Hulu. And then there's one tonight that I can watch tomorrow. So I'm going to watch it before Jeff comes home and maybe do some bookmarking. And the bummer about it is that I like to listen to podcasts that talk about The Bachelor because I'm a big nerdy weirdo. So that's going to cut into my audiobook time. I don't think I'm going to listen to every podcast that I normally do, but just a couple of them. So we'll see. But I'm almost 2 books down for today, so things are going really well. And yeah, so I'm gonna go watch The Bachelor. I might make some bookmarks. Might take my photo for tomorrow. Oh, this was today's photo for Instagram in case you missed it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing for the rest of the night. And then when Jeff calls me and tells me he's coming home, I'll stop watching and I'll start making dinner and I will listen to my audiobook then. And I'm definitely gonna finish it tonight because I legit have to know what happens. I'm so nervous. So good. So good. Okay, I wanted to show you guys, I got these purple potatoes. I'm making purple mashed potatoes. Look how awesome. I think they're already starting to develop little buds. This is like a sprout. So I think I'm going to save a couple and put them in the garden because that's pretty cool. I'll show you what the mashed potatoes look like when I'm done. Okay, you guys, this is my dinner. Look how spacey. These potatoes are so cool. Hey guys, and happy Galaxyathon day 3. So I have a few things to check in about. 1 o'clock on Wednesday. I got some work done. I got some errands done. Got some things I'm going to show you. But first, let's talk about The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. This is my favorite book of the year so far. I really need to get a copy. I think I'm going to go and order one right now because I think the hardcover's out of print and it's probably just going to get more and more expensive. I loved this so much. It was so like thrilling and entertaining and like emotional. It made me feel all the feels. I was like heartwarmed, I was heartbroken, I was emotional, I was confused, I was intrigued, I was scared at parts. Like, highly recommend the audio for this because Lauren Ezzo does it and she is amazing. My friend Stacy was reading some of her space books and she's not really big into space books, like she hasn't done a lot, and she was trying to read 1 or 2, wasn't really feeling them, and I was like, hey, don't give up on space books. Go download this audio if you can. And she did yesterday, and she stayed up till 5 a.m. reading it. I don't think she's done yet, but she was like, oh my god, she's alone in the spaceship for so long. It's just a whole vibe, a whole experience. I'll be very surprised if anything beats this readathon, but I loved it. 5 stars, third 5-star of the year. So fun. So then I started Tarnished Are the Stars by Rosie Thorne. This one's really cool. I'm really liking the narrator. I'm only 2 hours in. I think it's 10 hours total. So this one has like a royalty in space vibe about it. There's like orphans and arranged marriages, and there's like some steampunkness to it because they have like clockwork hearts in some of the people, but then that's illegal. It's got a little tiny bit of a Cinder vibe. Really enjoying it, and it's very different. Everything I've been reading is very different from everything else, so that's been really cool. Then I went to the library to pick up some things that I have requested on hold. I'm not going to get to all of these. I just like having lots of options for when my moods change. First, I got some physical reads, which is good. So I got Brightly Burning by Alexa Dawn. I read The Stars We Steal by her for last year's Galaxyathon, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know what this one's about, but I know it's spacey still. A Complicated Love Story Set in Space by Sean David Hutchison. This one just looked really fun. I got a copy of The Little Prince because I've never read this before, and it is much beloved and favorited by many people, and my friend was reading it, so I was like, oh, I can get a little extra book in. Then I got Mothership. It's like a middle grade, I think. I don't know much about it. It just looked fun. And then lastly, and I think this is one that I'm going to start later today, is Last of Her Name by Jessica Corey. So I think I have another book from Jessica Corey I need to get to, but this one is about a rebellion in a galaxy, and I really liked this one because it has like, I don't think there's anything else cool, but just like there's different colored pages in here. I might start this later because I am buddy reading Between Frost and Fury with my friend Brittany, and she's just getting into it a little slower than I am, and I'm doing pretty good with my physical reading, so I think I'm gonna read this like in between if I'm feeling like reading more so that I don't get too far ahead of her. I know. There's a lot. I got some graphic novels. I got Space Boy. So this one looks really adorable and cute. To Amy, everyone has a flavor. Her mom is the flavor of mint, sharp and bright. Her dad is like hot chocolate, sweet and full of warmth. Amy lives on a mining colony out in deep space, but when her dad loses his job, they must be forced back to Earth. Amy has to leave her best friend and climbs onto a cryotube where she will spend the next 30 years frozen in state of suspended animation, hurtling into a rocket towards her new home. Her life will never be the same, but all she can think about is how when she gets to Earth, her best friend will have grown up without her. So when she arrives on Earth, she feels like an alien in a strange land. The sky is beautiful, but gravity is heavy and the people are weird. Stranger still is if she meets a boy, and this boy has no flavor. I thought that sounded so cute. And I think I'm going to start this one later too. I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple graphic novels just to mix it up, because that sounds really fun and adorable. So many things to get to. But like I said, my goal is to get to 21 books. At first I was like, that's crazy, that's 3 books a day, but it's not. It's like 1.5 books a day, and I've been averaging 2 books a day. So I think it's doable, especially with the kids' books and the graphic novels and the really short audios. We'll see how we go. Then I went to Hobby Lobby, which I showed earlier, just to get some stuff for the Galaxy Craft, which is the Instagram prompt for Friday. Here's today's picture, by the way, for Instagram. It was Space Vibes was the theme. So I have like 5 crafts I want to show you guys a little bit later. I got some space cups. They had these on sale for 50 cents. How cute. Little snacky space cups to use for this week. I go all out. So that's what I did. So today I'm going to go garden. I didn't do any gardening yesterday, and listen to my audiobook. And then after that, I'm going to watch the 2nd episode of The Bachelor like later tonight, because I think Jeff's going out to work with his boss and his coworkers. So I'm going to save it because it's like 2 hours later, and I'll probably read like a graphic novel while there's commercials, because you have to watch it on Hulu, or make a craft or something. I'll kind of let you guys know. So yeah, that is what the plan is for today. I'll show you guys a little bit what's happening outside. Oh, and I got, I think, 150 pages into Between Frost and Fury, and I'm loving it. I am loving it even more than Amid Stars and Darkness, because I'm so excited to be with the characters again, and things are happening that I want to happen, and like I'm getting surprised, and it's just so fun. So I'm having the best time. I hope you guys are too, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so I went to Hobby Lobby and I got some of these to take some more book photos and also like make bookmarks and things with. And then I got this. I had a similar thing like this before. It's just a bunch of like really cool scrap paper to make bookmarks and things. So pretty. And then, so one of the Instagram challenges is to do a galaxy craft, and technically I could count my bookmarks, but I got these. Look at this. Mermaid and a moon with stars, and I'm going to make them into earrings. It's kind of going to be like a super... What are you doing? Super easy craft, but it'll work, and then I might do another craft at a different time too. So that's happening tonight while I get ready to watch The Bachelor. Hey guys, and happy Galaxyathon day 4. Very sorry, it's like 5 o'clock and I'm just now checking in. Honestly, I needed to clean my hair today and I didn't want to do that until I had done my errands and my gardening and my working out and everything. So, not that I look amazing right now, but you know, clean hair always makes us feel better. So today, that's basically what I did. I just did work and errands and cleaning and gardening. Took the puppy for a walk. I think I put a clip of that at the beginning. And then I worked on my craft for my Instagram photo challenge, which I'll insert that clip right here. So I made a huge mess taking some book photos, and then I'm taking tomorrow's photo, which is the galaxy craft. So I finished my earrings last night, and then just took a picture of some of the bookmarks that I've made. Woohoo! This was today's Instagram photo. So I just took some pictures and things for the rest of the week and partially for next week to kind of get caught up, because tomorrow we're going to Disney and I'm really excited about it because we're going to go there at noon instead of in the evening. We've been going in the evenings because we have a pass and we've been trying to like get our money's worth out of the pass. But we're going to be going earlier tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm very excited about it. But let's talk about what I've been reading. I started and finished Space Boy yesterday. This is a cute little young adult graphic novel. It really read more like a middle grade. I'll report back to you once I've read more to see like if the content gets a little bit more mature. I think the character's like 15 in here. This was super cute. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked the art. It was really fast. It was just something quick to squeeze in. I went ahead and requested some of the other ones from the library, so hopefully I'll get those in next week. I read some more of Between Frost and Fury. I'm only like halfway, I'm like just under halfway into this. Not physically reading as much or as often as I want to, but that's okay because overall doing really good and really loving this. So I'm kind of enjoying and absorbing it. I don't know if I talked about starting this or not, but I started Tarnished Are the Stars yesterday. This has like a royalty in space aspect. It's kind of got a Cinder vibe about it. There's like a plague that happens, and I finished this morning because I only had like an hour left and I really enjoyed it. It was a 4-star. It was very fun. I liked all the characters. I love the narrator for it, so I was really glad I got to squeeze this in because it was very different. It wasn't like heavily like on a spaceship or anything like that, but we're on different planets and there's royalty and things. Then I started Star Daughter today with my friend Brittany. We're buddy reading this. I'm really liking it a lot. Again, this one has kind of like almost a fantasy vibe about it, which I am liking, but I am going to read something a little bit more spacey once I'm done with this. So we have our main character and her mom is a star and she lives with other stars, and you're kind of trying to figure out what that means, and you're learning about like her mom's legacy and the legacy of the stars in general and the gods and the goddesses, kind of a vibe to it. And I don't want to say a lot because I don't really know how to tell you too much about it. It has more of a fantastical magical element, but I'm really enjoying it. I think I am about halfway through, so I'm not going to finish this today, but we'll hopefully get this done tomorrow. We are going to be at Disney around lunchtime, so I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze this in. I think I have 3 hours left my speed on the audio, which might be pushing it, so we'll just have to see. But I'm really liking it. like a lot. So those are the updates on what I'm reading. Right now, I'm just gonna go get started on dinner, maybe listen to some more of my audiobook, and then I'm gonna pack for Disney, then do some reading and maybe watch a sci-fi show or something with Jeff tonight. We haven't had a lot of time together because he's been working late. He worked late like 2 days this week, and then last night he went to dinner with his co-workers, so I haven't really seen him much before like 8 or 9 o'clock, so we haven't been like hanging out. So hopefully we can hang out tonight and watch a sci-fi show or something. So that is what's happening. I'm gonna go get started on dinner and I will update you if I have anything else going on. Happy Galaxyathon day 5. It is Friday at 11 a.m. I'm currently listening to Star Daughter. I'm really enjoying it. I have like 2 hours left. It's very, very different than anything I've ever read, so I'm having a good time. It has some cool little elements in here. I'm probably not going to be able to finish it today, unfortunately. I am getting ready to leave to go pick up my husband because we're going to Disney this afternoon. He's taking a half day at work. He's had a really hard couple of months of long work hours. So we're gonna go and we're gonna go hang out at Disney and eat some really good food and ride some rides and do all kinds of things. So I'll have some good vlogging content today, so I'll take you guys with me. I'll probably show you a lot of the spacey things. We're gonna go to Star Wars. We're gonna go on the Buzz Lightyear ride, things like that. So we'll do all the spacey activities and some non-spacey things too. And we're gonna have a really good time. I'm feeling really good today. I was really tired yesterday, but I'm feeling a lot better today. And then I'm gonna bring my physical book that I might try and read in the car. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it or not. I don't know if I'll be able to finish anything today, but I've been having a really great week. I think I'm 6 books down so far, and I'm really close to having 8 books if I finish Star Daughter and Between Frost and Fury. So that is what's happening. So I'm gonna take you with me while we go to Disney, and yeah, I will see you guys soon. guys, happy Galaxyathon day 6. I'm kind of on the run today. We had a great time at Disney yesterday, so I'll talk to you guys about that later. But we are headed back to Orange County today. We're gonna grab some lunch, we're gonna go to the bookstore, and then we're going to a planetarium. Neither Jeff or I have been to a planetarium before, so we're really excited. We're gonna see a little star show. Hopefully I can film a little bit, but if not, I'll tell you guys about it afterwards. So we're kind of rushing out the door to do that. I'm going to hopefully finish this when I get home, and I'm gonna bring my physical book to read in the car. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, and hopefully I've got some fun clips and things to share. And here is the picture for today's Instagram challenge. It was a space opera, so I used my space opera book. Okay, checking in. Excuse the sheet that we used to keep Ledge's hair off the back seat. It is 3 o'clock on Saturday. Feels like Sunday because we did Disney yesterday. Jeff ran into Micro Center because we're further away from home and he hasn't been to this one, and he's really been into like building computers lately. So I'm in the car and I'm reading Between Frost and Fury, and it's so good, you guys. I love this series so much, and some things are happening that I wanted to happen and I didn't know were gonna happen, and they're happening better than I thought they were gonna happen. Oh, I love this series, and this book confirms that this series is great. So I'm excited to read the next one. I wish I would have finished this sooner, but I'm kind of glad that I'm taking my time and enjoying it. So we went to, this morning, I showed you all the clips, I think. We went to a bookstore, right, like a used bookstore. Then we went to the planetarium. The show was fantastic. It was magical and really fun, but it like totally knocked me and Jeff out. We were so tired because it was so relaxing, and it was narrated by Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum in Lord of the Rings. It was fantastic. I really, really liked it, but it made us very tired because it was just so chill. So we went and got some coffee, and I got an iced tea, just like an orange unsweetened iced tea. And then we went to a library bookstore that was next to where the college was, and I got some more books. I'll show you guys. I got so many books. This was like my old hunting grounds when we used to live in this area, and I haven't been up here in several months. So, and they were closed for a long time too. So I got tons of things. And then after Micro Center, because we're in a new town, because all these towns are like really close together, he's gonna take me to one more library bookstore and see if I can find anything for me and my friends. And then we're going home. We're trying to kind of kill some time because the traffic's kind of bad right now going home. Then we got to go home and take care of Leggy Poo. Give him some loving because we've been gone a little bit this weekend. And then tomorrow we'll have a pretty chill stay-at-home day. I think Jeff's going to grill and I might garden or just relax. I'm really sore from Disney because we did like a lot of like walking and different things. But yeah, so I'm reading this right now. I have 100 pages left. I'm trying to finish it this weekend, and I'm loving it. So that is my check-in for now. You guys, this is the aftermath of the bookstore. Now, some of these are for friends. Some of them are for like trading. A lot of them are for friends. But I got a lot for myself, and yes, this box is full of books. Oh my gosh. I haven't been to this spot in like 6 or 7 months, so they were pretty loaded, and everything was like between $1 and $3. Also, I got a package today. I did like a Valentine's gift exchange Secret Santa with my girl group, and she was very late at sending it, but she mailed me a bunch of extra stuff to make up for it. So I have these like really cute little headband things. She ordered these. She got me these like Chippendale earrings off my wish list. And I got a game, and then she mailed me like a bunch of awesome looking makeup. This palette looks amazing. I don't know if you can see it, but everything's like nice and sparkly. Then, how fitting, I've never had anything from him, but she sent me a bunch of Jeffree Star makeup. Perfect for Galaxyathon, and I've never had anything from him. I think that they're all like eyeshadows. Super excited. Then some earrings. I need to fix this one. He kind of broke. A little heart bracelet. So cute. So cute and so fun. And now it is time to organize and separate out the books, and I will show you the ones that I'm keeping for myself here in just a bit. I also only have an hour left in Start Order because I had to pick up my car that we left at Jeff's work, so I had a 40-minute drive home, so I was listening to it in the car. And then I have 90 pages left in between Frost and Fury because I was reading that while we were driving, so hopefully I can finish both of those today, and then I can pick my next read. Okay, so mainly right now I am like filling the garden beds. I'm like cleaning stuff out here. So right now this garden bed is filled with peppers from last year. I have like trimmed them all because they will live and survive, and they look really bad right now, but they'll come back once it gets warmer. I've been taking out the lettuce that's in here because it's about done, so that the onions that I've planted have room to grow. I've got some like volunteer sunflowers out here that are in my walkway, but they're pretty glorious, and I didn't want to take them out, but I'm a little nervous because I see some more baby ones growing back there, so I might have to thin those out. Then in front I've got strawberries planted like all the way down. Wanted to show you guys this part. So these are like real wood garden beds. Jeff's made me 3, and then I have one out front. And then I used my old bookshelves right here to make new garden beds for this year for a couple reasons. First off, one, some people might say this wood, this like pressed wood that they make it with, is bad and filled with chemicals, and it probably is. But you know what? I'm gonna get some food that I grew myself that hasn't been sprayed, that has dirt and good nutrients in it, so I think that that's good for me. Look at this onion growing. And wood is crazy expensive right now, so if I can get some food this way, that's what we're doing. So I have this bed partially filled with onions and celery and lettuce still. I put some leeks in here. I've never grown leeks before. Apparently you're supposed to cover them when they get slightly bigger so that they will be sweeter and more tender. And then I've got radishes and spinach. This one, things aren't popping up yet, but I have a Brussels sprout in the corner, and there's supposed to be a butternut squash and rutabagas popping up, but they're taking forever. But then in here, I planted mostly some green beans. And then this one, I fill these like a little over halfway with food scraps and then dirt, and then I let them sit for a couple weeks to kind of add a bunch of nutrients into the bagged soil. Is just not very nutrient rich. It also gives it time for the dirt to settle. Like this was all the way at the top like a few days ago, so now I can add more. It doesn't have to be at the top, but I kind of like to start out that way. And I haven't planted this yet. Got some peas in here. Got a cool view this way. I'm really behind on planting my tomatoes up here. I've got a bunch of seeds started, but I want to take you up and show you my fruit trees. So this is my little nasturtium wall. Last year the gophers took them out before they got truly glorious, but normally these cover the entire wall in bloom and they smell and look amazing. I need to clean up here. There's like leaves everywhere. This garden bed I put in a couple years ago, I think during Hikeathon. So once these die back in like a month from it being too hot, then I'll plant this all with summer crops, which is awesome. A really old, crazy looking tomato. But right now, I think this is an apricot tree is blooming. It looks incredible with all the pink blooms, and all of these will be apricots that get pollinated. So this is how fruit starts. All of these little flowers are trying to be apricots. There's a bunch. So if the bees pollinate them, they'll kind of thin themselves out too. So I have this apricot tree. It's a crazy weedy mess back here. I need to like weed this, but I'm trying to weed my other section first. So then up here though, carefully going up here. Not sure if you guys can see because it's so bright, but this is a Santa Rosa plum and it's kind of got a weeping thing. Same thing, these little white blooms will be plums. And they're like so beautiful. Leaves will kind of fill in too once the fruit starts forming. Amidst all the weeds, I have this guava tree, but I like never know when to pick my guavas. I have like a couple, not a ton, but they're about ready. I think I am gonna go ahead and pick this one and hope it ripens on the counter. They get soft and they're pink and really delicious. So probably during Mermaid Marathon or around then, I will have some fruit to show you guys. But this whole area, I'll show you down here. So this whole retainer wall, we need to fix the fence along all of it, but we're hoping within the next year or two to extend. Let's see how this kind of, I don't know if you can see how this retainer wall is down here and then it extends up there. We're hoping to kind of extend it all the way over eventually, and then I can like get up there and plant more because I don't have a lot planted up here because it's hard to get to, and those fruit trees were already there. And we also want to take this big tree out because then it'll get more sun. Not the palm tree because I love that ridiculous thing which it'll get big like that, but this big like really bad looking pine tree we'll take out so that it gets more sun. I have my buckets planted. Some things are up, some things aren't. I've got some potatoes, sorrel, radishes, and then this ridiculous thing is a ground cherry. And I'll show you what they look like inside because I just picked a bunch. They grow like a tomatillo in these little husks. They're honestly like nature's candy. But this thing was really beat up when I got it, and then it did okay, and then like around the winter it just took off and started going crazy like this. So I need to trim it, but it's got a ton of fruit on it. So I've been waiting, so I'll show you that fruit when we go inside. And then now I'm gonna take you to the front yard and show you my apple tree that Jeff planted for my birthday last year around this time. So he is also blooming. This one's about done though. Sorry for the neighbor's dogs. This one's about done blooming. It bloomed like absolutely crazy. And then we've got some apples forming. And then down here, it's like a little fairyland down there. But look at all the apples. So hopefully I get some apples. This thing's only like 4 feet tall. So that's what I've been doing today. And now I'm gonna go inside and do some meal prepping. I'm gonna juice, make some salads. Jeff is smoking a big brisket right now. And I also have to make some food for Galaxyathon for photos and things like that. So I'll show you guys inside what I'm doing. But I started Dare Mighty Things on audio today because my friend Brittany was listening to it and I'm really liking it. It's like space astronaut training. And yeah, it's good to be like back in spacey mode.